once again for the renegade master. Back 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 once again for the renegade master.
And hello my renegades, we are back, and what are we back to? Love is Blind Brazil, episode 4, season 3. So, you know where we left off. They're all on the honeymoons and Maria said what she said in regards to the howling. Something tells me she doesn't like to have a little bit of fun, but something also tells me that she shouldn't be telling dude what to do. Not in the way that the tone that she used as well. So as we're back to the honeymoons. The couples are now going to meet each other. And then as it goes in, Valmir is literally champing at the bit to meet Maria. Literally champing at the bit to meet Maria. That's what he's champing at the bit to. And Daniel is kind of egging the situation on, that he's going to sit back and he's going to watch this pan out. He can't wait. This is going to be so good. It's going to be so epic. I'm like, Karen, are you not watching and seeing this? But oh yeah, she clocking, but she says she going to be watching what goes down, especially once Maria comes down. And I'm just like, do you clearly not see that you were definitely not Valmir's first choice? This man is still hung up on Maria. This man is still sore that Maria did not choose him and picked Menandro. Now he's champing at the bit, bearing in mind he's had his old fandango with Karen. He's had his fandango with Karen the night before and howled to the motherfucking moon as you do. But now he's literally champing at the bit to meet the person he really wanted to be with. He really wanted to be with Karen. Karen was full on alert. Eyes were alert. Especially when it came to Maria and Menandro making the way down the stairs to meet the group. Now, it cuts to Valmir. And I think Valmir goes to his VC and he finds her absolutely attractive. He likes Maria. He couldn't stop gushing about her. And as I said, he wanted a piece of Maria, but Maria don't want him. Maria don't want him. Of course, as it happens, Karen then had to drag Maria over to make the introductions. And I'm like, why, Karen? Like, really? Why? Why would you put yourself in that position to watch your partner then fawn over another woman that he couldn't have? And this is why I say Valmir was champing at the bit to not leave that show without nobody. He was champing at the bit, and his last resort, as I see it, but you lot can let me know what you think, his last resort was Karen. His last resort to get where he needed to be was Karen, and that's how that came about. But Karen don't see it that way at all. She really doesn't. Right, so then it cuts over to, like, you know, the guys sitting together, the girls sitting together. You got Maria gushing over Menandro, and then you got Danny basically saying about how she weren't feeling comfortable doing intimate things with the cameras going. And she was saying, oh, Daniel was on the same page and he just wanted her to feel comfortable and wanted it to be special. I'm sorry, Danny, but your man's a liar. What he's saying to your face is not what he's saying behind your back. The man is a liar. That man wanted to get all humped up, all happy. He wanted to put the shawami on you, but you said no. He was disappointed as how. You could see it in his bloody face. You could see it in his bloody face. And this is, and as I said before, this is from a man who didn't pick Patricia because he felt that how Patricia spoke about sex was too open and that should be an intimate thing between a husband and a wife. But yet this man is willing to broke it open on camera. Let's just put it this way. This man is willing to broke it open on camera, but was disappointed when it didn't happen. Now I got Danny thinking that this man is so sensitive and in tune with her feelings, when actuality, he's not. He's spinning you a yarn. He's giving you what he wants, what you want to hear, so he can get what he wants in return. Remember when I said to you already in the last episode, I think it was, when I said that my feeling about Daniel is he didn't pick Patricia because he knew Patricia was quite forward and quite confident in who she was, but he wanted to pick someone that he was able to easily impress or easily manipulate with his flowery shit. And that's what he started to do. The presenters come out and like telling them how things are going to be on the honeymoon. And my thing is why do these people always be so intrusive with their questions? Why do the presenters always be so intrusive with their questions, asking them either about sex, about family, about babies, you know, the Love is Blind one, that whole fiasco when Vanessa starts asking about the babies. And I'm just like, why do you have to be so intrusive? If they have sex, they have sex. But you know what? You would have seen the footage, you know they did. And you know who didn't at the end of the day. You don't really need to sit there and ask. But what they did do is they asked Val straight out if he loved Karen. Now, Val just gave, in my estimations, Val gave a textbook answer. Basically, he gave a textbook answer. And this is why I'm saying Val don't really have those feelings with Karen. Yes, he may be attracted to her enough to have a little bit of chemistry to be sexually attracted to her, but the person that he really wanted was Maria, and he ain't gonna forget about that, to be fair. So then it moves to Agatha, when they're talking to Agatha, and again Agatha's talking about Hainon's exes, and I'm just like, girl, stop. Like, really well and truly stop it. Stop it, because all you're going to do is end up pushing this man away. When this man is trying to be open and get to know you, you're going to end up pushing him away with your insecurity over his exes and whether he may be friends with those exes. I'm like, if he gives you just cause to be concerned, then be concerned. Right now, you're in the early stages of your relationship. Settle that shit down. Like, settle it down completely. So, it looks like none of the girls, as I said, are open to Valmir. They don't really like Valmir. They like Karen, but they don't really like Valmir. And Maria's already sent out a warning to him, basically. So they're stepping in to protect Karen if need be, because, as I said, all the girls basically became close. All the girls were aware of what Valmir was doing when he was talking to all of them, and they all chatted. That was a bad first impression on Valmir's part. Absolute bad first impression. Now he's going to have to freaking work hard to get past that, to literally show them that, no, that's not the person who I am. This is the person who I am. But right now, that's the phase that they're stuck in. And to be honest with you, that's the phase I'm stuck in. He hasn't done anything thus far to make me say, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe I've got Valmir wrong. Maybe I'm not looking at it right. But no, he hasn't done anything to change that view in the slightest. But as again, you lot let me know what you think, especially if you've watched the programme. But yeah, I'm open to your comments, open to your questions, open to kind of anything in the comment section, but not too far. Okay. So basically the girls are worried about Karen. As I said, they have their reservations about Val and his motives. And I mean, when they're showing them to, especially when they were with the group of everybody, it was like Val was just literally overly touchy, overly showing this kind of affection and being tactile and kissing and everything like that. And I'm just like grabbing Karen up each time. And I'm just like, are you doing it because you really want to do it, or are you doing it because you're doing it in front of the girls to say, well, what you thought about me in the first instance wasn't correct, because look, I really do like this girl. To me, I really don't think he full on likes Karen. That's how I'm seeing it. I really don't think he full on likes Karen, and I think he is in it to play some type of game. And as I will keep saying, he did not want to walk away with egg on his face. He didn't want to be one of the ones that didn't get to be able to at least ask one of the girls to marry him. That's how I'm seeing it. His behaviours are just too, like, kind of red flaggish for me, especially in how he interacted with the men that were interested in the women that he became interested in. It was just a double down in the dirty games that he was playing and the things that he was saying. I just don't trust him. I don't trust Valmir at all. So it goes back to them, the couples going off on their own, going back to their hotel rooms, and you got Danny and Daniel talking about all the other couples, and they've highlighted the fact that Agatha is quite a jealous person. And this is why I'm saying, this is why I think she continues to question Hainan on his past relationships or his past friendships with women. And as I said, in that scenario, it's not going to bode well for her, because he's going to get to a point where he's going to be sick of these bloody questions. You're either going to take him at what he's saying, or literally just keep breaking it down until you lose a complete relationship. It seems as though Danny has fallen for Daniel. But as I said, he's another red flag for me. I'm not sure about Daniel at all, because he's giving one face to Danny and then giving one face to the lads, especially when he's talking about the intimacies of their relationship. So it moves on to Bianca and Jarbas, and Val and Karen. They all have a double date, so they're just sitting on the beach, just talking basically. And Bianca takes that opportunity because, as I've not mentioned in any of the videos, Bianca does have a visible disability. So she takes the opportunity to speak to Valmir about a comment that he made that she wasn't too sure of. And to give him credit, he did explain to her exactly what he meant, and he meant no ill will by it, and did kind of take on board what she was saying, and took responsibility and accountability in terms of how it may have come across. And Bianca accepted what he was saying. And as I said, it's just showed a different side to Valmir in that sense, but not enough. Not enough for me to change my mind about him yet. You know what I mean? Not enough for me to change about him yet. But as again, you can let me know what you think in the comments. So overall, couples seem to be getting on well. As again, it moves on to Danny and Daniel, and I think they're literally going on to pet peeves here, because Danny's telling Daniel that can he refrain from playing music in the morning because he plays it too loud and she's sleeping. So he's like, yeah, no, sure, definitely. And again, Daniel keeps going on about the sex, and I'm just like, stop hounding. Stop. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And if it don't, you're gonna have to accept that. That's how I'm seeing it. If it don't, you're gonna have to accept that. Otherwise, you're gonna fall down a realm of trying to force the will of someone who doesn't want something at this moment in time, and that's not gonna be a good look for you, Daniel. It really isn't. It's not gonna be a good look for you, and it's gonna be a big old warning to all the other women, if it doesn't work out with Danny, what to expect with you and to keep it away from you. So literally forget about the fucking sex. When she wants to, she will do. She'll be receptive and open to it. At the moment, she is very timid in the fact that she's conscious that there's cameras there, and she does not want to do that. And I'm sorry, Daniel, how you base your opinions around sex and how it should be, you should respect what she's saying at the end of the day. And the fact that you aren't right now is quite telling, to be fair. But as I always say, let me know what you think in the comments. So then we go again. It's the next day, and this man tried to put it on Maria. Got in the names. Daniel tried to put it on Danny again in the night, and it literally showed they got to a point, and then Danny put the brakes on again because she wasn't comfortable. The man wake up complaining. And I'm telling you, the way he portrayed himself to Patricia and how he wanted to be, I'm telling you, that's not him. That is not him, because if that was him, he would be sensitive to Danny's feelings right now. She's not comfortable with it. She's not comfortable with it. And you fucking complaining about it all the time, albeit probably not to her face, isn't going to help. It's not going to help at all. So Hainan and Agatha are getting ready to go out, and they're talking in the bathroom, like brushing their teeth and stuff. And the funny thing is Agatha's talking about it's a pity his trainers are not her size, because she would have probably used some. And he was like, nah. He's like, nah, straight down the line, nah. She's like, what? He's like, nah, you ain't touching my footwear. He says, you can touch anything else, you can borrow anything else, but you ain't touching my footwear. Man even said you could borrow my toothbrush. Now, we all know, no matter how close you are to your partner, you are not using each other's toothbrushes. And please don't put in my comments that one of you do that, like share toothbrushes, because me not share no toothbrush, no. No. That's a bit too, yeah. That's a bit too far for me. I wouldn't share a toothbrush, but you like let me know what you think. Would you do that? Like, if you were really in your relationship, maybe you've been together for a few years and you've shared a toothbrush. But no, I'm with Hainan. I'm with Agatha on that one. I'm with Agatha on that one. No sharing of the toothbrushes, because that's very personal, especially when it's coming to your dental hygiene. I don't want to share your toothbrush whatsoever. Anyway, so then it goes on to a double date with Danny and Daniel and Daniela. I'm gonna have to try and get this right. Daniel and Danny, and then Agatha and Hainan. They talk about things of how it might be once it gets outside and all the influences. But then Hainan makes a comment saying that as soon as you're married, it changes, and they wanted to understand how he thinks that way. And he's talking about, like, you know, the bit of paper that you sign makes a difference. Now, my opinion on that is it doesn't actually, because how your relationship is anyway is how your relationship should continue, marriage or not. Marriage shouldn't really make a difference. Marriage is just there to solidify your relationship, to say this is the person that you're going to commit the rest of your life to, and you want to do that commitment with them because you love them and you want to share your life with them and don't see your life without them. That's how it starts off. That's how marriage is to me. Marriage is not about this piece of paper, because the piece of paper that you signed can't change your relationship. The only person that can change the tone of your relationship is yourself. But again, use like let me know what you think in regards to that, because I don't see it that way. And I think Agatha was a bit taken aback that Hainan would see it that way, because then it'll be a case of, well, what kind of person are you going to turn into once the ink's dry on that piece of paper? That's what I would like to know. How are you seeing this marriage working? Like, if you don't see it working the way it would have done while we're in a relationship with each other anyway, why is this piece of paper so important? But as again, you like let me know what you think in the comments. So the couples all meet up again, as we say. Daniel has said throughout the episode he's not a drinker, he doesn't drink at all. And then you see Danny basically telling him to join in, he needs to have a drink. And I'm just like, in that respect, he's point blank said he's not a drinker, and he's told the reasons as to why he's not a drinker, and he's growing up seeing I think one of his family members is an alcoholic, and he just doesn't want to go down that realm. And I think if that's the case as well, once someone tells you that they don't drink or they're not a drinker, don't foist a drink on them. I mean, he can be around people that are drinking, but my thing is be respectful of that. Don't foist a drink on them. And Danny did. She foisted a drink on him and says, here, you're going to drink something. No, don't do that. Because it's not your premise to do that to them. If they want to have a drink, they make the choice to have a drink. Don't foist it on them. So, of course, it comes round to sex. And Daniel and Valmir are them two are like two peas in a fruit motherfucking pod at the moment. Like, seriously. Them two are just like bros. Their thinking is kind of the same. The way they talk about things is kind of the same. And they egg each other on. So, basically, Val was talking, reliving the moment that they kind of tested out the balcony theory. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I would suggest you go back either an episode or an episode before, where Karen is literally painting, as I said, a vivid picture about them on the balcony and what they would do. And as sod's law with having, they have a balcony outside of their hotel window. So they did the do as you do. And Val starts talking about the fact that he climbed the tree naked. Now, Agatha didn't like that type of chatter at all. She didn't like that type of chatter. She didn't want to hear about your exposure. She didn't want to hear about your sexual renegades, basically. She didn't want to hear any of it, and she found it quite disrespectful. Now, there's different types of people. Like, some people are quite open talking about their sexual prowess. Some people are quite open talking about what positions they've done, how they like it, what they do, and some people are quite receptive to hearing it, but some people aren't. But you can't really foist your opinion on them. At the end of the day, the problem with Valmir is he's quite loud when he speaks, and it's like he needs everybody to hear what the hell it is he's saying. He likes to be center of attention and command a room in that respect. So it could be quite nauseating if you're literally studying it and listening to the shit that's coming out of his mouth. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to try, like, climb a tree naked, seriously, unless you wanted to maim your nuts, I don't know, or gouge your dick. I do not know. I do not know, because that's not the first thought I would do. Oh, I've just done this. After I've held to the moon, let me go climb a tree naked. Oh, let me see what I can do. No. But I note that Valmir gets more like this when he's had a few drinks. Like, when the drinks start flowing through him, a different Val comes out altogether. Basically, as I said, each of them are moving differently. Each of them are getting to know each other. Agatha, none of the girls really warm to Valmir at the moment. They don't really like Valmir at the moment. Agatha believes that he's a sexist person. And as I said, Valmir does get more rude as the alcohol starts flowing. That's how it is, I'm afraid. And that's where we end it. And then we go on to the next episodes, which did start on the 14th, which is today. But as again, I will go into those. I haven't started them yet, but I will start them and then go into those as the days pass on. So as I say to my renegades and any other renegades that want to come in and join the Renegade fold, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so you know when I'm on, I'm going to do a video. Do your likes, do your shares, and hope to see you back again. Speak soon and peace out.